How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Ah, I am teacher Dorothy. Are you Bingo?
Yes, I'm Bingo.
So where did we come up with the name Bingo? Do you like the game or the dog?
Uh, no, but my dad just gave me this name.
I like this name. When I was growing up, we had a song, and it was a song about a dog named Bingo, and we used to sing it all the time. But it was also a game that we played, and I liked playing the game too. And so when I saw your name, I'm like, yeah, good name. Very good name. Well, your dad did good for you. How old are you, Bingo?
I'm 9 years old.
9 years old. What grade are you in?
I'm in grade 3.
Very good. Very good. I have 7 grandsons, and my third grandson is 9 years old. So I have a grandson that's 12 also, one that's 11, and then they're all the way down to a year old now. So my youngest grandson is a year old. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have a sister named Apple.
How old is she? Younger or older?
We are twins, so she is also 9 years old.
Okay. All right. So it's always nice to have a big family. Okay, let me open up our.
And
Yes.
and today my school had an activity.
What did you do today?
We played, but we didn't have class today.
Why did you not have class today?
Because we had a activity
What was the activity?
uh to like a very like a farm, but it's not a farm, but it has many vegetables and fruit growing inside it.
Did you get to help with it?
Um, no, but we plant some vegetables,
Well, that's helping.
and you can bring it back to your home.
Nice. One of our stories is over a community garden, and yours sounds like a school garden.
Mm,
Hmm. Yeah, community garden. And it talks about Fred and his grandpa going to the community garden and planting things and picking things and pulling weeds. Have you ever had to pull weeds?
not really.
Not really. Yeah, they're not as fun as planting or picking. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your day. It sounds like you had a fun day. Do you like to write?
Yeah, sometimes.
What do you like to write?
About some space because I like space, and also history because I also learn history and both space.
Nice. I like both of them as well. What do you like to learn in history?
About what happens before.
Hmm. And then you can learn about why people do some of the things that they do, or maybe what
Yeah,
not to
what
do.
did they do?
What do you like about
Yeah,
space?
space because I think space it is a very interesting place.
Do you like planets? Do you like comets? Do you like asteroids? Nebulas?
I like all of them.
For one of my research papers in high school, I wrote about space. Do you know who Carl Sagan is?
What? Uh, okay.
He's an author
No,
and a scientist, and
no.
he wrote a book about
I
the cosmos. It's all about space and what's out there, like the red dwarfs and the black holes and all that type of different things. Now, it's a little bit
Black.
probably deep for you right now, but maybe in the future, after you read some of the other books, maybe you would want to read this in the future. It's a good book.
Uh, is it a very interesting book?
Yes, it's a very interesting book. Now, some of the things, it's an old book, so some of the things may be outdated a little bit, but some of the things are not. So, because science is always learning more things and changing. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm learning a lot about you, a lot about things that you like and things that you've had experience with, which is good because in writing, we take the things we like and we write about them. We bring out our experiences. How are you with English and grammar? How are you with grammar when it comes to writing rules, like putting commas where they belong? Where did they use the commas? What are the parts of the grammar, the
Uh,
letter here?
when the date,
Uh-huh.
when they, and after the author's tag of it and the comma, and at the last of this this letter, you need to write the maybe like love like that. Before that, after that, you need to write a comma too,
Yeah.
and then write your name.
Very good. Nice job. So, are you used to making the date like this? Or do you write the date differently? I notice some of my students write dates
In
differently.
China?
Well, and when you've
In
learned
China?
English, some of my students like to use these when they write the date, or they like to use these when they write the date. Have you learned a different way of writing the date other than this?
No.
Haha, good. These are still correct. There's nothing wrong with them. But in the Right Source book, they like to either use the first part, the month and the day, or they'll do the month, the day, and the year. So we're going to use both of these ways when we do our date. So if you do a journal entry, you might just do the month and the day. But if you're writing a letter or something like that, then you'll do the month, the day, and the year. So this will be the form
Okay.
that we use. Okay, nice job. Now the PS or the postscript, that's a thought that we add at the bottom because we forgot to put it up here in the paragraph. They have commas that they used. Why did they use commas down here?
They use where?
Down here at the bottom in the PS, they use commas. Why did they use commas?
Mm, because they are the nouns names.
Mhm.
So more than three, and they need commas.
Very good. 3 or more and they need commas. We call this a series. Series. Good job. Good job. We're going to write a letter today. We're going to use this form. You don't have to have a PS. That you don't have to have. But we want the top half of it. We want the date, we want the greeting, the body, which is what you want to share with them, and the closing. So we're going to go back to history since you like history. A famous person in history. Now, it doesn't matter if this person has died or if they're still alive. We're going to talk to them, write to them like they're still alive. Can you think of any famous people in history that you would like to tell them something and maybe ask them a question?
Um,
Who have you been learning about in history?
I want to ask Dr. Zeus.
Can you write out 3 people from history that you would like to ask questions? Like right here? Can you use your writing tools?
Okay. First one is Dr. Zeus, and Next one is
How are you at writing? Can you write it out? Can you use your writing tools?
yeah.
All right, good. Because I want you to do a lot of writing and drawing in my class. Do you like to write and draw?
Yeah.
Good. Because drawing is going to help you be able to come up with details and the events of a story. It's also going to help you think of descriptions, how to explain something. We're going to use a lot of drawing. And I want to be able to see some of your writing. So when you do things like this, I get to check it. I get to see how can I help you improve. Okay, so we got Dr. Seuss. Who else?
Um, mm,
Have you learned about any rulers or any generals or any inventors that you would like to ask a question? Or maybe tell them something that you were thinking about them?
Tom Edison?
Oh, Thomas Edison. That's a good person in history. It doesn't have to be in English history or European history. It can be in Chinese history as well. So what is it about Thomas Edison that you like? Do you like that he came up with the light bulb?
Yeah. I want to ask him, why did you just like to be an admin?
Ah, that's a good question. Maybe something happened when he was your age. Maybe he discovered something and he liked the feeling. But yeah, we need to ask him. Find out. Anyone else? What do you think? Anyone else? It's okay on this spelling. I'll help you with his name later. We know who you're talking about. Anyone in Chinese history?
Chinese history.
Is there anyone that you would like to ask a question?
No, because I know about it. I know why.
Ah, so it's good to be able to look for things you don't know about to be able to share. So that's okay. How about if we go ahead and pick either Dr. Seuss or Thomas Edison? Which one do you want to pick?
Maybe Dr. Seuss.
All right. Now, why did you pick Dr. Seuss?
Because I want to ask them. I'm learning about writing and I want to write a book. How did I need to write a good book?
Do you like Dr. Seuss's books?
Yeah.
I do too. I used to read them over and over and over. Which one is your favorite?
I think there's some are not Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah.
It didn't. The Dr. Seuss didn't really write it, but I know Barney Wars.
Mm. Did you ever like his rhyming books like The Cat in the Hat or like Green Eggs and Ham?
Some the kind of hat are not Dr. Seuss. Some didn't are Dr. Seuss write it.
Yeah. So ones that were rhyming books, did you like those?
Yeah, I like those.
I do too. I do too. Okay, so
I'm reading about their science books, the cat in the hat.
all right.
The cat in the hat.
Okay.
The whale of the tail like that.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So what's the first thing we need to do to write this letter? We've talked about that we want to pick a famous person, tell them why we chose them. You're wanting to write. You like to write. And then a question you would like to ask them. So let's do that over here. Let's put the date and greet them. And then let's do a couple of sentences where we fill in those details in the body.
Date.
Can you write on this?
Yeah.
You're doing excellent. You're doing amazing.
Today is November.
November. Do you know how to spell November?
Yeah.
Good. If you ever need help with something, let me know. I'll help you with it. Do you have a favorite color? In the introduction, tell them why you picked them. Nice job. And what question would you ask? And then come down here if you can. Can you hit the return button? There you go. It's okay. It's all right. Sometimes it's hard to get everything to work, and then if we hit the wrong button, then we have a hard time getting back in line. It's okay. You're doing excellent. So what's the question? Why do? Very good. Why do you want to write the cat in the hat? Is that what's on the end there? All right. How do you close it? What do you do now? It's okay. You don't have to move it. I know what's over there. How do you close it?
Closing.
You're doing really well. You've got the date, you've got the greeting, you've got your message. How do you want to end it? Excellent job. Nice job on this. You've got all of the parts that were required in this writing lesson. Now remember, the writing process, do you know the 5 steps of the writing process?
Maybe I'll try it.
What are the 5 steps?
Write the date. After the uh after the date, write a comma, and then next one is write the author's name, and then our comma.
You're doing good. You're doing good. This is for a letter. Has anyone taught you the steps to the writing process before? Let me show them to you real quick. The first thing that we do, and I'm going to make this big letters so that you can see it. The first thing that we do is we pre-write. That means we get all of our ideas. What are we going to write about? How are we going to organize it? I need to teach you that. And then we write it. Once we're done writing it, we revise and edit it. That's where we make it better and we correct any of our grammar and punctuation and spelling, things like that. And then when we're done, we write a neat final copy and we share it with someone. That's what we call publish. So you've done the first
Okay.
2 parts in class today. You've done this. Now we're ready to revise, to make it better, and to check your writing rules before we share it with someone and have it all neat and corrected. So in our next class, that's what we'll work on. We'll work on learning these writing rules and how to apply them in your writing. You did very good today. You did very good today. Do you have any questions?
No, I didn't have any question.
All right. In a letter, we have our date, we have our greeting, we have our message, and our closing. We learn to use commas in our date when it looks like this, with the month and the day and the year. You remembered your comma in your closing, but we need to remember to put our comma after our greeting right here. Good job. Good job today. All right. Not here. Not here. If we had the year over here, 2020, then we would bring it after the 13 and we wouldn't use the TH. But that's part of the revising I'll help you with in the next class. I took a picture and I sent it to you so you'd have a copy. Well, Bingo, it was nice to meet you today. You did an excellent job on this. Your English is very good, and your writing, you have excellent ideas and details that you share in your writing. We can make it better. All right. I will see you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you.
You're